is still paying dividends nationwide. On top of the recent record-breaking hauls in New South Wales, Victorian police today revealed they'd made 164 arrests so far and promised more in the near. Bernard Levy, Graham Kennedy, Coast to Coast.
Angry scenes at Melbourne University today as students protested against the education tax. Dozens of students occupied various parts of the campus, even erecting a makeshift blockade inside one. Police made more than 35 arrests as they broke up the demonstrations, but the protest was generally peaceful. The students say today's action could lead to a new nationwide campaign against the tax. Mystery tonight over why a 12-year-old Australian boy was forced to endure a bizarre round-the-world journey. Sean Hooper flew to London to spend a holiday with family friend Victor Buck, but British immigration authorities barred him at the airport, and 6 hours later he was on a Qantas flight back to Sydney. His mother says she's been given conflicting reasons for the expulsion, but she says Sean might have been rejected because Buck once escaped from jail, spending 17 years on the run before finally turning himself in. And members of a Brisbane family are spending the most nervous night of their lives after a 30-metre tree was brought down on their house. The giant pine was one of 3 trees being cut down by contractors. The first fell safely, but the second smashed into the neighbour's home. Luckily, no one was inside at the time, but the house sustained thousands of dollars worth of damage. Tomorrow, the contractors will tackle the last tree, hoping for third time lucky. Finally, hope today for the Earth's threatened atmosphere, after an international conference in London pledged to eliminate ozone-destroying chemicals. Britain accidentally committed itself to giving more money than it planned after the Prime Minister, Margaret Thatcher, was given an incorrectly written speech.
Well, you better put it up to 1.5 so it can go up to 3, haven't you?
Scientists, politicians and royalty are hailing the conference as a great success, with Mother Earth even chipping in with a message.
You're making life hell for the others.
You know, the ozone layer, I designed it 2,000 million years ago to protect you from the sun's rays. I don't know why I bothered.
And that's the latest from the newsroom. I'll be back with more a little later in the show.
Do you think that Australians are politically apathetic?
Who cares? No, yes, well, I do. Do you think they are, John?
Oh, generally speaking, yeah.
I mean, you can't blame the people. I mean, it's pretty hard to get excited about some of those blokes in our parliament. Most of them have all the warmth and charm of an unflushed lavatory.
The All-Party Senate Committee has spent the past 2 years examining the way Australian children learn about their nation. The result? There is a remarkable level of ignorance about even elementary aspects of politics and government. The main finding, the democratic process is at risk because of apathy and often contempt for the system.
The big question mark at the moment is hanging over the heads of the younger generation. Do they know enough? Do they feel confident enough to participate in that system? And the answer, I'm afraid, at this stage, as far as our report is concerned, is that they don't know enough.
Senator Orlick admits that one reason is the way some politicians behave. Bad language and bad behaviour is a turn-off. But he sheets most of the responsibility home to the teaching profession. Students, he says, aren't being told enough at school to help them participate fully in society.
I'm certainly putting the teaching profession in the firing line.
One survey revealed that out of 55 student teachers, only 1 had a basic knowledge of government. Teachers reject that.
I think that teachers do take up with children in the context of news reports and discussions what's happening in day-to-day events.
Peter Harvey, Graham Kennedy, Coast to Coast.
The Prime Minister was speaking the other night, and there was so much noise in the audience. He asked the people, could they keep them? In fact, Ken, can you do a... I can't do... Can you do a Bob Hawke?
You sort of... not really, Graham.
You're right. Bob Hawke said, could you please keep the noise down? I can't hear what I'm saying. And someone in the audience said, don't worry about it, we can, and you're not missing a thing.
True. After 5 years away from centre court, former Queen of Tennis, Tracy Austin, has made a comeback. She showed plenty of fighting spirit, but came up against an in-form Australian. Injuries ground Austin's career to a stop back in June 1983. To her opponents, she was the smiling, pigtailed assassin. Butter wouldn't melt in her mouth, but she knew what it took to win. That determination was there again today against Nicole Provis. This time, it was the veteran at 26 against an up-and-comer 7 years her junior. It took the Australian 3 sets to put the former world #1 away. As much as she wanted to win, Austin was not discouraged by the result.
I have a lot to work on, but I'm also very excited to work on it. The competitor that I am, I'm also disappointed that I lost.
Later, Provis revealed it was a relief to get past the first round. Austin was the sentimental favourite and a player the Australian greatly admired at her peak.
When I found out that I had to play Tracy Austin, I tried to think, well, you're not playing the name, you're playing, the person.
Austin won't reveal her goals, other than the fact that when she retires, it has to be on her terms and not because of injury. Today, Tracy's legs may have caved in, but not her heart.
Just fighting back in that second set, that's what tennis is all about, and that's why I'm back.
I like Tracy Wickham. What's her name? Tracy. Tracy.
Once played. Tracy Austin.
Tracy Austin.
Great.
Who was the potato that worked with you when I was off last year? Tracy Wickham?
Grimshaw.
Oh, Grimshaw.
Yeah.
She's nice too.
Yeah, but she doesn't swim and she doesn't play tennis. She rides horses. And good too.
Oh, really? Will she be on the sports show next Saturday? Wide World of Sports at 1 o'clock, starring Two Dogs and me. I'm the guest.
He is too.
I am. Next Saturday.
And you can say whatever you want on sport.
Well, that won't amount to much because it's not my best subject.
Oh, yeah, but you've got an opinion on a lot of things. And people will listen.
Will they?
Yeah.
Oh, terrific.
We told them they have to.
Yes. next Saturday, I'm Ken's guest for 4 hours. I must have had a couple of... When you put that to me, Ken, late last year, I think I'd had a couple of glasses of red. Who in their right mind would do 4 hours on a Saturday afternoon for nothing? I really do think I might have been on it.
Especially when you're getting 15 a night here.
15? Where do you get this information? He's so spot on all the time. No, I like Tracy because I think what is noble about Tracy Austin is that she restrings all her own rackets, and as you know, that takes a lot of guts.
They liked it. The next story is about making life easier with a machine which could propel us into the next century. That is, of course, if you can pronounce it. Stereolithography.
He can't pronounce it.
Imagine being able to put your thoughts in a tangible three-dimensional form, and you have the latest in industrial design, stereolithography. Here's how it works. Say you've just designed a new, improved distributor cap for cars. In the old days, you'd make a prototype before going into mass production. The test model would be made of clay, which is time-consuming and expensive. But with stereolithography, this computer uses a laser beam to literally create an exact 3D replica of your design.
I think a good way to describe it is to call it a three-dimensional printer.
Charles Hull is the inventor of stereolithography.
In the broadest sense, you might say it does for engineering and manufacturing what the Xerox machine or the word processor, or both of those, do for the office environment.
In stereolithography, a solid object is created out of a pool of liquid plastic. The liquid plastic hardens wherever it is hit by the laser beam. As the laser beam traces out the design, a 3D model is created layer upon layer from the bottom up. The process takes only a few hours, and already it's been applied to jewelry, perfume bottles, and computer products, like the outer casing of this Macintosh modem.
It helps us get products to market faster, and it also helps us make better products.
Stereolithography turns human ideas into something tangible, and its future applications are limited only by the human imagination.
Graham, that kind of makes you wonder what they'll think of next, doesn't it?
Yes. A simple, easy-to-open milk carton would be nice.
Yes, that'd be a start. I understand that the machine can redesign your skull.
Yeah, well, yes, but you don't need high technology for that, Ken. I mean, we've got bouncers in King's Cross who can do that for you for nothing. You're watching Coast to Coast. This is Graham Kennedy speaking.
Saturday.
Know what you really need.
You need a really good laugh.
Yes.
And you know where to get it.
I've no idea.
On Hey Hey It's Saturday.
Naturally. Good so far. Speaking of funny, Red Simons is a scumbag.
I can't believe it.
So join Ozzy, Jackie and Daryl, the Exotic Zan, Johnny Diesel and the Injectors, and the sensational Krista Berg on Hey Hey It's Saturday.
I love it.
Presented by McDonald's and Cadbury, 6:30 Saturday on 9.
Oh, by the way, yesterday, Sam, my grocer, called me over. He said, "Hey, you like a nice and juicy fish? Little crispy crumbs? Not too much? Oh, so delicious. Your whole families are going to love it." And it's not going to spoil your beautiful figure. Well, this is it. I&J Light and Crispy Extra Light. More fish, less crumbs, 50% less oil. And, wait for it, only 104 calories. Light on the oil, light on the calories. I&J Light and Crispy Extra Light.
Huge savings continue at Copper Arts Cut Price Sale. Hand-sculptured metal boat, not $149, a crazy $69. Genuine oil paintings, not $29, only $12.95. Fashion mirrors, just $29.95. Hurry into Copper Art while stocks last.
No wonder Keith Bowden's backing Westinghouse.
You keep coming back.
Westinghouse fan-forced cookers with solid or coil hot plates in stylish brown or grey. Keith Bowden Electrical, South Road, St Mary's.
You keep coming back.
We'll be back.
I don't know, Jono. Have a look at this. The car's got a whole computer system that actually tells you what's wrong with it. And those backyard boys, I think it's just a question of changing a couple of these, I don't know. Unbelievable.
Yeah, you better look at the distributor cap. Could be cracked. It's probably non-genuine too.
Yeah, doing that.
Commodore's all finished. Have a listen to this.
Love it.
Short holidays, short holidays, short holidays.
Marcus Weathers is just not the kind of man you walk up to and say, I'm in love with your wife.
You walk up to him, maybe, but walking away might be something of a problem.
Jeff was frightened for me. That's why all of this.
You used to be with the 2nd Force?
Yes. Before he even had a name. Before we ever even thought.